Here at Sales Qualia, and what I want to do in this video is talk about something that we've been working on with our clients, and I especially want to thank Jason Bay and Megan Mishiak for this because they're two of the folks that do some coaching in our coaching program with our startups, and this is really an idea that they have been working on themselves, and they brought it into our coaching program. And as they've been working on this, it's helped me to realize that in a lot of ways I've been doing this throughout my whole career, but they really helped me put a name to it. And so in this video, what I'm going to do is talk about the importance of shifting to what's called a priority-based selling strategy. So number one, I'm going to just define what that is. Number two, what I'm going to do is just show you a quick model to help you get a picture in your mind as to what I mean by a priority-based selling strategy. And then I want to show you a quick example of how I've used this in the past when I was head of sales at Blend, which is a lending software company that just recently IPO'd. This is something we did, especially back in the early days as we were first ramping up and generating our first customers and revenue. And then finally, I want to talk through how the team and I here can help you, because later this month, I'm going to be running a masterclass where I'll be teaching these same exact, this is just one of the strategies that we're going to be teaching and helping you implement, as well as getting some help from Jason, getting some help from Megan in this masterclass. So you're going to be learning from me, learning from them, and working specifically with other founders at early stage companies that want to build and ramp up their sales process. So first thing I want to do is let's talk about what do we mean by a priority-based selling strategy. So I think it's pretty easy to think about once I explain it to you, and that is, too often what we see across the board in sales, but especially with startups, that their selling strategy is focused on the product itself. And so if you just look at your own inbox of emails you're getting from cold emails or people reaching out to you on email or LinkedIn or some other channel, and maybe even if you think about the emails you're sending out to your prospective customers, too often what we see is that the emails and the messaging and the outbound is all about the product. Hey, we built this product, or it has this feature and that feature, or it's an AI platform that does this thing. Frankly, that's the first mistake. Nobody cares about your product, and we're going to talk a lot more about that, especially for executives that are making purchasing decisions, executives what we call above the line, ABL executives. So number one mistake is, all of the sales, the pitch, the messaging is all about the product. That's the first huge mistake that we see. The second big mistake we see is, and it's not as big of a mistake, but this is where you have an opportunity to improve, where the messaging is more problem focused. Hey, if you're a bank executive in this department, I bet you have this issue, or I bet you have this challenge. So it's better than a product-based approach. You're sort of sourcing a conversation based on problem or pain that somebody might be experiencing. But even that is what we're finding isn't enough in today's environment, especially again when you're selling to ABL executives. And this is where shifting to what I call a priority-based, or what we call a priority-based selling strategy, is really important. Because if you're selling to top executives, if you're selling to large enterprises, if you're selling an enterprise solution, then those people that you're selling